I had sex with a prostitute recently. I had sex with a prostitute.
You did?
Yeah.
Wait, a male? How does that work?
So the Gnome Dorman, the owner of the Comedy Cellar, we were on his podcast, the Live at the Table, I think is what it's called, and he goes, why would a woman want a male prostitute? And I was like, whoa. I would totally fuck a male prostitute. That's amazing. I don't got to worry about anything. And he's like, if you are ever single, because I was in a relationship at the time, come down here and I will pay for you to have a high-end prostitute. And like the next day after I broke up with
Oh, really?
I'm like, money up, no.
Wow.
And yeah.
And do you get to pick?
Oh yeah.
So there was how many options were there?
There's a bunch. So I think I could say this. I've said it before and no one's yelled at me yet. Cowboys for Angels is the website. Oh. They're male escorts.
I gotta look this up. I'm sorry.
Their job is not to have sex with you.
They're escorts.
That's made very clear in the email. But and I'm very like nervous. I'm a rule follower a lot of the time. So when I called, first of all, I called the company and a lady answered, and then there was a baby crying in the background. I was like, this isn't a good time to call back. This feels very strange. Yeah. She goes, no, just give me 1 second. She called me back. And she's, which guy do you want? And I picked a guy, and he was like, well, he's traveling for the summer. And I was like,
he's on tour.
Yeah. Like, okay. So I was just browsing. I was like, okay, that guy. And she goes, okay, yeah. And then I got him for 3 hours because I needed to get to know him first.
What's the approximate price range here?
$1,000 for 3 hours.
Not bad.
That's not bad at all.
That's a
yeah.
good rate.
What's the percentage that he has to give out to Angels and?
I don't know.
I always ask that. I always ask that.
$200 deposit that I paid via credit card, and then I gave him the $800 cash.
Amazing.
And then while we were fucking, the cash, he like had his pants down to his knees, and the cash like fell out. So like when he left, 5 minutes later, he knocked on my door again. He's like, I forgot the envelope with the money. And I was like, oh, this is so uncomfortable.
Yeah. I need to know. So I want to
beginning to end. You got to walk us through it.
Walk through.
So so he comes over. When the woman confirmed the appointment, I was like, so what should I do with him? Because I don't want to, and she was like, you can do whatever. Some women, they'll do yoga with our cowboys. They'll take them to an event. And I was like, what if I just want to go get drinks and then hang out at my house? She's like, yeah, you can do that too.
Wow.
So he came over and he was very handsome.
Oh my God.
And he was younger. Well, I'm 30. And he was probably like 26, 27. Like I could tell he was a little younger. And really sweet guy. But I was like, please let there be something in there. Because I can't fuck a dum-dum. And so I was like, I picked out my friend Jeff, who like knows all the good bars in New York City. I'm like, what's a bar I could take a prostitute out for cocktails? And he told me the bar. He's like, this is the bar. And I'm like, perfect. And he was right. It was a great bar. It was sexy. It was, but it was low key, whatever. And so I started interviewing him while we got drinks. And I paid for the cab. I paid for the drinks. And that was actually really nice because the ex I was seeing was weird with money, and I don't like when guys like I hated that, and it gave me a lot of anxiety.
Wait. So your ex always wanted to pay?
It was more like I met him when I was broke, like dirt broke, like couldn't even, like negative money. And that would get more negative by the day because if you don't add money to it, it keeps getting negative. I was in one of those situations. Yeah. And I think he was taking care of me financially, not fully, but a lot. He knew that if we wanted to do something, he had to pay for it. And I kind of think he grew to be very comfortable in that role. And then when I started making money, and then I started making more money than him, and that was weird for him.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I think it's also a matter of if he feels useful in that financial relationship where he's like, this is what I can offer her.
Yeah, providing.
Yeah, and all of a sudden you're on your own.
She bought me for Christmas a $2,500 leather jacket.
Jeez. Nice.
Right? And I'm going to say something right now. In the past, it would have been like 15 years ago. I don't know how I'd feel about that, but I almost fucking cried. That's the greatest gift.
That's so
and not because of the price, but I know that she did the effort. And she researched and got something that I never thought I could ever have.
Meaningful, yeah.
Something meaningful, and I like that.
Yeah.
So anyway, move on. So now you're at the bar, right?
Yeah, so I paid for the Uber. I paid for the drinks. It was no question because that's the setup in that situation. I was like, oh, this is nice to have to pay. And he didn't even wince.
Wow.
I was like, goddamn right he did. And we talked, and I was trying to find if he was like kind of fucked up, but he truly didn't seem fucked up.
Right.
I was really searching, really digging, and then I was like, okay.
Was he? I need to know
ethnicity.
He wasn't white. I'll say that.
That's great. That makes it even better. I honestly, that makes it so much better, the story.
Well, because I'm not. Why am I gonna fuck a white guy?
I want to guess. I want to guess.
Fuck a white guy.
I want to guess. I want to guess the race.
Yeah, but she can't. I don't think she wasn't telling me.
Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, actually, okay. So you said anything I don't want to talk about. I guess that one.
Yeah, okay.
I'll tell you off air.
All right,
I'll tell you all about it.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And then I was like, well, I guess I was kind of thinking we could come back to my place. And he goes, sure. And I was like, do you like stand-up comedy? And he's like, yeah. I was like, who's your favorite comic? He's like, Dave Chappelle. So we went back to my place, rolled a blunt, and I put on a Chappelle special. And
Awesome.
and he was trying to teach me how to French inhale. And I didn't know how to do it at the time.
Right.
So in trying to learn, I got so fucking high that I was just being more honest and not careful with my words. And I'm like, so how do you know, like, can I just ask you to fuck me? Or is that like weird?
Yeah.
No tact. But I didn't care for the first time in my life because I was like, motherfucker, I'm paying you to be here. I don't gotta be ladylike.
Freedom.
I don't have to pretend to be my version of sexy. It really was freeing. It truly was amazing. And then he picked me up. We were having sex, and then he's like, he goes, put your
Wait. You can't just go from
okay.
high to
He
we're having
picked me up.
sex.
He picked me up.
So he was on the couch. I have a big living room. He was on the couch and I was on this chair very far away from him. And I was like, how do you know if the woman wants to have sex with you? And I told this to Corinne, and Corinne's like, you're paying him to have sex with you. I think that's how he knows you want to have sex with him.
Right.
But he was like, and I was like, have you ever had a client where they wanted to fuck you and you were like, ugh? And he goes, absolutely. And I was like, what's the ratio? And he said 70-30. 30% I don't want to fuck. But I was like, do you fuck him anyway? And he goes, yeah. And I was like, yo, you're a G.
Wow. Yeah.
And then I was like,
No,
how
you're
do you
professional.
How do you?
Professional.
Yeah. And I was like, how do you know the girl wants to have sex with you? Like, and he's like, well, usually they're sitting closer to me. And then that's when I realized I was sitting on the farthest away physically that I could have possibly been.
In your bedroom.
Yeah, I was against the wall. He was on the other side. Like I had to like project.
Yeah, that's so fucking funny. Yeah.
And then he goes like, sit next to me, and I was like, oh god, it's happening.
Yeah.
And I said that out loud, and but I didn't care.
Yeah.
I'm so self-conscious when I'm with a guy that I'm trying to fuck, and I've not had sex with him yet, and I didn't have that, and then he started fingering me. That was great.
But no, is there?
Do you do full makeout?
Makeout or
also,
no?
do you blow him?
I blew him with a condom on, and then I was like, why am I doing this? I don't got to do this.
I'm paying you, motherfucker.
Yeah, and he didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
And then he fingered me, and then we started to have sex. He was starting to fuck me on the couch, and then he told me, he's like, put your arms around my neck. And I was like, okay, what's it? And he was like over me, and I was sitting on the couch, and
Yeah.
he goes, hang on. And I was like, wait, what? What are you about to do? And he picks me up and walks me around the living room, bouncing me up and down his dick. And I was like, as it was happening, I was like, living my best life. Like, I was so, like, I think I might have said that out loud. I was so high. I was so high.
Yeah.
And then I came, and then we took a break, and then I was like, you can go.
Oh.
And he left. And I was like, I don't feel guilty for not getting him. He didn't come, but he was still hard. But I was like, yeah, you can go. I'm good. I'm good.
Wow.
You've done your duty.
Did you like high five him, or you? Like,
I did
thank
high
you?
five him, and
Okay,
I said he should
figured,
teach a
yeah.
class.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm overly complimentary to the men I'm fucking. I don't
Yeah.
know why. It's like a people pleaser thing I have, but I did. He was good.
Yeah.
He was very good.
You know why I don't like him?
Why?
Because he now sets a precedence.
Yeah.
For other fucking male guys to pick people up.
I don't want to travel fuck. That's
Right.
So I have since
The next
fucked.
guy's gonna be like, you're gonna say, pick me up. He's like, I don't do that. That's what Tyrone did that.
I don't.
Well, I think the girls are pretty reasonable with our
I
expectations.
just made an assumption that he's black.
Yeah, no, I know.
He could be any color, right?
could be any color.
Yeah, but it was
He's
a
not
Tyrone,
white.
and I fucking know
He wasn't white.
It was a Korean
Yeah,
Tyrone.
yeah.
But I think that we manage our expectations of every guy when we assess him physically. Like when I
Yep.
met you, I knew that you were never going to carry me over the threshold after our wedding.
What gave that away?
That's interesting. You would giggle at
could,
that.
though.
That's
You could.
Very interesting
It's
that
a
you would
sport.
giggle
He
at
has
that.
bad
It's a
knees.
sport.
He's
Yeah,
not.
yeah,
Oh,
bad
bad
knees,
knees.
yeah.
Well, I've had sex with many people since, and I've not been picked up, but I'm not going to ask for that. But
Right.
if you want to do that and you volunteer it, I know you're going to be good at it.
Yeah.
Right? That's my thing.
Would you do it again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm fucking now, so I'm good. But
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can't
yeah.
go. I can't go a long time without sex.
Right.
It makes me feel like not a human.
Ah. So
You know?
so this is a place that if because you have the money.
Yeah.
$1,000 is a lot of money, but you can do it.
Oh, I could. Yeah.
And I always
could
talk
throw
about
down.
this in like previous podcasts. I said, why don't we have like a rub and tug for women?
you
If
did
there
say
was a
that,
massage parlor,
Me too. I would
that
be there
fingered the woman at the
Yes.
end, I would be there every fucking day.